Planeswalkers are a big part of Magic, both in the lore and in the game itself. Planeswalkers are powerful cards with reusable abilities. They have such an influence on the game, there's an entire deck type based solely around getting out Planeswalkers and overrunning their opponents with this sheer power. In this week's Commander Card of the Week, we're going to be talking about the Planeswalker Venser the Sojourner. This 5-mana Planeswalker at first glance is pretty run-of-the-mill. He costs 5, he has a plus, a minus, and an ultimate, just like most Planeswalkers. His ult is a -8, it absolutely breaks the game, but you wouldn't be able to use it for 4 turns, and that's assuming that you use his +2 every turn and he takes no damage. You probably won't be getting that off anytime soon, so why is he a $12 card? His +2 is basically a flicker wisp that you can use over and over again with no downside. Want to untap your commander or a land? Just use his +2 and exile it, then at the end of your turn it comes back untapped and ready to roll. Need to trigger an enters the battlefield effect without Panharmonicon? Venser's got you covered. But he doesn't stop there. His true value comes from his minus, and keep in mind it's -1. For just 1 loyalty counter you can make all your creatures unblockable. If for some reason he doesn't get hit, you can use that 3 turns in a row. That's a ridiculous amount of damage you could do in that time. Using the right combo of plus and minus, it is entirely possible to get his ult off, and when I said it breaks the game, Venser's ult makes it so your opponent slowly loses the ability to play the game. If you somehow get Venser to 8 loyalty, his ult says, you get an emblem with, whenever you cast a spell, exile target permanent. Broken. Absolutely broken. Depending on how many cards you can cast, you can ever so slowly peck away at their mana. And Venser's blue, so you probably have a counter spell or two. Your opponent tries to do something, you stop it, and because you're such a nice guy, you use Venser's emblem to punish them for it. It's an emblem too, so there's no way to get rid of it. Once it's there, you've officially changed the rules of the game, and they say, you win, lol. Combo that with Tamiyo's ult. No, not that Tamiyo, the good Tamiyo. Tamiyo the Moon Sage. Get her emblem, so now when you cast that 1 mana unsummon to get rid of a creature, it comes back to your hand. Keep getting rid of their creatures, and because you have Venser's emblem too, now you can exile a land, so even if they wanted to cast their creatures again, they don't have the mana? Obviously, it's not realistic to think that you'll be able to use both of their ults in a game all the time, but when you do, it's almost a guaranteed win. Still looking at his -8, and that's pretty hard to get to, but being commander, there are so many ways to cheat the game. One of my favorites? Proliferate. Made to work with Infect, Proliferate lets you choose any number of creatures and or players with a counter on them and give them another counter of a type already there. In Standard it was used for poison counters from Infect to kill your opponent and their creatures, but since it just says counter, it works with so many things. +1/+1 counters, -1/-1 counters, doom counters, filibuster counters, and yes, loyalty counters. Contagion Engine is an artifact that lets you proliferate twice every turn, or if you're running Atraxa as your commander, you get to proliferate every turn she's out. It's not impossible to use it and get the emblem, but don't focus too much on that, and keep his other abilities in mind, and you'll get a lot further. For all things Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh!, check the TCG Guide, subscribe for more, and don't forget to follow on Twitter at TCG Guide. Have a great day, guys.